Musical instruments used in orchestra. First is the string instruments. Violin, it has four strings and has lovely expressive tone played by plucking or bowing. Next is viola. It has four strings too, but a little bigger than violin. Viola is tuned five notes lower than the violin. It is less brilliant sound produced. The other one is cello, or its full name is violoncello. It is much larger than the violin and is held between the knees. It produces mellow tones. Next is a double bass, or double bass. It is the largest of all the string instruments. It is played while standing or sitting on a stool. It has lowest sound. The last is harp. This instrument is not played with a bow, which has about 45 strings stretched across a triangular frame. The harp is played by plucking with the fingers. It has also 7 pedals at the bottom that can be adjusted to produce different notes. Now, let's proceed to the woodwind instrument. First is flute. It is originally made of wood, but now it is made of silver or gold. It is about 2 feet in length, where the player produces sounds by blowing air across a small hole. The sounds can be soft or mellow. The other one is piccolo. It is called as baby flute. Its size is half the size of flute. The of piccolo is higher than the flute. The next one is clarinet. It is made from wood. It produces sounds by blowing air across a single reed and the mouthpiece. The player presses metal keys to produce different sounds. Next is oboe. It is also made from wood but produces sounds by blowing air through 2 reeds tied together. Lastly is bassoon. It is double reed instrument and much bigger than oboe. It produces a lower sounds. Now, let's proceed to the brass instruments. The trumpet is the highest sounding member of the brass instruments. Next is the trombone. It is the only brass instrument with no valves, but it has a slide that changes the length of its tube to produce different sound. It produces a mellow sound. The other one is tuba or brass tuba. It has the lowest sound among the brass instruments. The last is French horn. It consists of about 12 feet of narrow tubing coiled into a circle. The player produces different tunes with the mellow sounds by pressing the valves. And now let's proceed to the percussion instruments. The percussion instruments. It is divided into 2 classifications of pitch. First is the definite pitch. The definite pitch is one where a listener can possibly or relatively easily discern the pitch. It has harmonic frequency spectra or close to harmonic spectra. Let us know the instruments under the definite pitch. These are the chimes, xylophones, the glockenspiel, and the timpani. These instruments are under the definite pitch. The other group of percussion instrument is called indefinite pitch. Indefinite pitch is one that is listener finds impossible or relatively difficult to identify as to pitch. It does not have altered harmonic spectra and are characteristic known as inharmonicity. These are the instruments under the indefinite pitch: the drum, the triangle, the maracas, the tambourine, the castanets, and lastly, the cymbals.